Hello, what's up, and what's happening? Welcome to the draft, y'all. I don't know why it says 2014. It's the 2015 NFL Draft. That's some more EA logic for you. But this is part 2 of my Jets franchise offseason, man. It's part 2, and it's draft time. Now, in the draft, we have to get a couple of things done. It is a must. It is a must. It is a need. It's not even a want at this point. We need a quarterback. You see that we picked up Brian Hoyer. We see that you also see that we picked up Chad Henne. But we want a quarterback in this draft. Those guys are babysitters. Those guys are placeholders. They're just there until I feel like our quarterback is ready to take the reins and lead us to our Super Bowl. All right, so we're looking to pick up a quarterback in the first round. I was thinking maybe second round, but how the draft unfolds, that's going to determine where we make our selection. Receiver is also an area of concern. I like Eric Decker. He's not fast. I like Danny Amendola, but he's really just a slot receiver, and sometimes he's not even the best slot receiver, so he might be in and out of the lineup at times. Right here, we're checking out the draft order. You see we have pick 10, and you guys will see the rest of the first round, the order that these teams are picking. Now, running back is also an area of concern. I know what you're thinking. We just picked up DeMarco Murray. Love me some DeMarco Murray. He will be the workhorse for the foreseeable future. I'm trying to make this as realistic as possible. He is not the youngest running back in the world anymore, so we need to pick up a young stallion. We also have Chris Ivory. Chris Ivory's that big back, that short yardage back, that milk the clock running back, and he will be utilized as well. But we need somebody who can change the pace. We need somebody who's maybe smaller, maybe a little bit more athletic than those guys, and can also get the job done in and out of the backfield. All right, another thing that we also want to look at is offensive linemen. Left guard is a concern for this team. We picked up Evans, the one-time Saint, also one-time Tampa Bay Buccaneer. We picked him up. He has solidified our right guard position, but we need somebody for the left guard position, and we also need a right tackle. Unfortunately, in this draft, the right tackle, left guard positions are weak. So we might look to trade out of the positions that we have, or trade out of the draft spots that we have to move back and maybe select somebody there, or maybe get picks for next year's draft. But again, depending on how this draft pans out, that's the direction that we're going to go. We're not going to just be stupid and just pick somebody because we need it for this year. We can always find somebody in free agency. We can always make a trade. So in this year's draft, quarterback. So right here, it's our turn to pick. We have the 10th pick in the draft, so I didn't think that Alex Cheney from Wisconsin was going to be there. I was actually thinking about taking a quarterback in the second round. Another possibility was also trading for a quarterback like an Alex Smith. It was going to be Chase Daniels, but Chase Daniels in Kansas City actually took Alex Smith's job. So I'm like, maybe we could trade for Alex Smith, but then that Alex Cheney guy was there from Wisconsin. He was projected to go in the top 5. He was projected to go number 2 in this year's draft, but he didn't, so he's ours. Alex Cheney, welcome to the New York Jets. I'm very, very, very happy with this selection. 6'4", 230 pounds. He's a big quarterback. A lot of comparisons to Ben Roethlisberger size-wise, but play style is definitely more of a Russell Wilson. Both these guys went to Wisconsin. Of course, you know that Russell Wilson spent some time at NC State, but both these guys try to beat you from in the pocket. When they run, they try to extend the play downfield instead of running just to pick up 10 yards here and there, but they are not afraid to do it. Even though this dude loves to beat you from the pocket, he can take off and run. You see right here in the pocket, he has nice feet. He's setting up the throw. Nothing is there downfield, so he's not afraid to take off, use his legs to pick up the necessary yardage. At the combine, he ran a 4.6 40, and when he was doing the passing drills, all of his passes were completed except for the ones that fell right off of the receiver's hand. So he's a very accurate guy. Now his composure. Can he lead the New York Jets to a championship? It's a media frenzy out there in New York. Can he handle the pressure? I think he can. In this first drive versus Ohio State, he got pressured early and often. On his first play, he actually got sacked for a 7-yard loss. He comes back right here on the second play of the game, and he gets hit again, but he delivers a catchable ball over the middle that will lead to a first down. So on the same drive, the crowd is still going crazy. They're in hostile territory, and he's going to drop the ball off for an easy completion to the running back out of the backfield. Again, he's not going to make the stupid decision that will cost you a ball game. even though he is one of the best quarterbacks in this year's draft, you can label him a game manager because he will not cost your team any ball games. His junior season, he went 11-1 and led Wisconsin back to the Rose Bowl. So that's going to do it for Alex Chaney. Welcome to the New York Jets. So we got our quarterback of the future. Very, very happy about it. Very, very excited about it. Can't wait to see how he develops. Can't wait to see when we are going to get our hands on him in the preseason and, of course, in the regular season. But after we picked him, the draft got kind of funky. After we selected our quarterback, a lot of teams went and they picked offensive linemen. Now, you saw in the beginning, most of the offensive linemen were projected to go in the third rounds to later rounds in the draft. But a lot of teams were desperate for linemen, and they started picking them earlier. So those guys that I was looking at are gone. The guys that we scouted are gone, and our scouting department with the New York Jets sucks. So what we decided to do in the front office is take a step back. We wanted to make sure that we can get the people that we actually want in this year's draft and maybe start stockpiling picks for next year's draft. So right here, we're just looking for the best selections. There's a couple of teams that are offering us first-round picks for next year's draft, but unfortunately, I still want to make picks in this year's draft. Still want to make picks in this year's draft. So right here, we're going to select a trade from the Washington Redskins. They're going to give us a fourth-round pick for next year's draft, a second and third-round pick for this year's draft. So I'm happy about that. We still get to make some picks in this year's draft, and we're already starting to look into the future. Another situation in the third round, there's nothing that we really want. There's nothing that's really going on. So actually, we're still in the second round, and again, there's nothing really going on. So we're going to accept this trade from the New Orleans Saints. So we've done a lot of trading back, and I mean a lot of trading back. But we're also trying to make trades to move up because there's still some players that we want. There's a young linebacker that we want to kind of replace our older linebackers. So unfortunately, nobody is taking our trades. Nobody is taking our trades. I am trying to get rid of Chris Johnson for anything that I can get. So we tried to get Cleveland's third round pick, and of course they declined it. They're like, we don't want Chris Johnson either. So another trade. We are offering Chad Haney. We're offering our fourth round pick in this year's draft, and we're offering Chris Johnson to the Minnesota Vikings, and they declined it. We also tried to do a trade with the Eagles, and they declined it. We also tried to do another trade with the Packers, and they declined it. So nobody is working with this. So this draft is going downhill pretty quickly. After we made our selection of our future quarterback, there's nothing available. So we're finally going to make another selection here in the third round. We're going to pick up Cedric Lockett from the University of Rice. Now, this kid is 6'4", 205. He's a senior receiver, and he was the only weapon that the Rice Owls had. The only weapon. You can move him around. You can put him in the slot, put him outside. He's 6'4", 205, but he can fly. He ran a 4.5 40 at the draft, and that's pretty fast for one of these bigger receivers. He's not Randy Moss. He's not going to blow you away with some 4.3 speed or anything like that, but he can run precise routes. He can get in and out of his breaks nicely, and he can make the tough catches over the middle right there. Big time catch in front of the safety. Knew he was going to take a hit, still hanged on to it, and now Cedric Lockett from Rice is now a New York Jet, picked in the third round, pick 25. Welcome to the Jets, Mr. Cedric Lockett. There were some other receivers that we could have took in that spot, but I scouted Cedric Lockett myself, and I like what I saw. I like his size. I liked his speed. I like his route running ability. Some other receivers, they might have been projected higher, but there was no receiver higher on my board than Lockett. So we pick a running back in the fourth round, and no, running back was not a need. He's 5'6", 185 pounds, so I know what you're thinking. He's fast, right? Well, pump your brakes. His name is LaMichael Dawson, representing the University of Miami. Now, when you think of Miami, you think of running backs, Edgerrin James. You think of Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, Clinton Portis, a whole list of running backs that were fantastic. Now, LaMichael Dawson, he was another fantastic University of Miami running back, but a lot of teams got scared of him. He was projected to go in the first round, pick 11 through pick 32, but he has fallen to us at the fourth round. The reason why, he did not perform well at the combine. He didn't perform well in the drills, and he ran a 4.6 40. Even though his name is LaMichael, he reminds me of another Oregon running back, and that's DeAnthony Thomas because of his size. Unfortunately, DeAnthony Thomas is a lot faster than this kid. Again, LaMichael Dawson ran a 4.6 40, and that scared a lot of teams away. He's only 5'6", you run a 4.6, that's not good at all. But he has no character issues, and you see in this game he knows how to take a punch. Florida State was laying the lumber to him all day long, but he kept chugging along, and that 5.6 frame finally got into the end zone late in the fourth quarter to give Miami the victory over the hated rival Florida State. So LaMichael Dawson, welcome to the New York Jets. So you saw us make a lot of moves in this year's draft. We went up, we went down, and unfortunately, LaMichael Dawson is the last pick of this year's draft for the New York Jets. We ended up trading the rest of our picks away for the best picks that we could get for next year's draft. And actually, we have 2 7th-round picks, 2 6th-round picks, we have 3 4th-round picks, and we have 4 2nd-round picks. So we only picked 3 players, but again, the O-lineman position in this year's draft was very weak. So I didn't want to draft anybody just for the sake of drafting them. So we decided to move back, and we're going to have 15 picks in the next year's draft. So I'm very happy about that. And the newest members to our team, quarterback Alex Cheney. He will be wearing number 15. Number 84, Cedric Lockett, representing the Rice Owls. And of course, from the U, my man LaMichael Dawson. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section if I made any dumb decisions. Just let me know, and I will gladly read all the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I enjoyed bringing it to you. Hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day, and I'm going to see y'all later. Peace. Hot sauce.